There's a concept in French called mise en place. Everything is in its place. Translate and take these raw substances or this raw material, which is the food, the people, the spices,
Yeah.
and convert it into a finished product. That's skill building. When it comes to baking, and there's nothing more relatable to food, right? Like we eat 3 times a day, hopefully more, sometimes less.
We should be at least.
We should, right?
Yeah.
But we all know, and we've all seen expert chefs, right? The order that they live with, they are leaders in the fact. The chef, right? They're the boss, like in the French word, right? Like the army leader, the chief, if we think in English, right?
Yeah.
There's a concept in French called mise en place. Tout est mis en place, right? Everything is in its place. And what does that talk about? Well, my measuring equipment's in place, my tools, everything's clean, everything's in perfect order, so that by the end of the process that cooking is, the chaos and the noise and the what looks like uncontrolled frenzy, right, of everybody trying to do the screaming,
the cussing. Exactly. I mean, have you seen like those shows on TV?
Yeah, have you seen Chef?
Yeah,
Gordon Ramsay. There you go.
There you go.
Do you see that craziness? But everything is precise. What you really see is that baking, cooking isn't about that. It's about the end output.
Yes.
That meal that's on the table, delivered for the customer that just paid their energy, which is their time, their money, to get that experience and to have their bodies fed.
Yeah.
That end output, right? Like that which is on their table was a result of somebody taking the skill, in this case the chef, to have mastery over his environment, translate and take these raw substances or this raw material, which is the food, the people, the spices,
Yeah.
and convert it into a finished product. That's skill building.
It totally is. And I think in a lot of ways, like what you just mentioned right there, for the chef, all of that happens way before the cooking process is even started. I've often asked myself, like, if you've ever been to those restaurants where, like, oh, what time do you guys open? Oh, we open up at 5. And I'm like, but you guys are a restaurant. And they're like, well, yeah, well, that's when we open up.
Yeah.
You know that chef is not starting his work at 5 o'clock. That chef, probably at 6 in the morning, he went out to the fish market. He went to the farmer's market. He made sure that he had all of the spices. He did all of that preparation just to make sure that by 5 o'clock, he was going to be on.
Oh, yeah.
And I think when learning skills, especially like, for example, that we're talking about here with like leadership, if we're not taking the time to prepare ourselves to lead, at the very least, for our mindset to be ready to give direction and to, I don't know, reach an accomplishment like that of a plate, delicious food, and leading a team to hitting month's end. I mean, there's a number of variables, but that preparation process is not done enough.
No. And it's I was thinking, I just made a quick note here to pencil this. There was a Netflix documentary, I just looked it up right here. Dreams of Sushi, Jiro. Dreams of Sushi.
Okay.
He's a man who was a Michelin star. He might still be alive, actually. I watched him many years ago. His obsession was sushi, making the best sushi, to the point where I think it's like, back then it was like $800 for like a 15-minute session. But it's the best sushi you're going to taste. And in his mind, he was always dreaming about sushi. He's always thinking about sushi. Like, that's all his life purpose was. His assistant took about 10 years to learn just how to roll a sushi.
What?
Before they even got a chance to work with the sushi. That was the process, the apprenticeship, right? The learning.
Wow.
The skill wasn't, the detail to be able to have such a precision, such a craft. And the fact that he's a leader, because like you said, he prepared way beforehand. And oftentimes that initial idea, that decision, right? The word decision means to cut off. That's decidere, right? To let go of.
Or to kill off.
Or to kill off.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In that moment, there is a dedication, a decision. I am going to lead. I am going to learn the mastery of myself and my skills to such a competence and level that I can then impart it onto others and provide a direction or a point that I'm heading to that wasn't there before. As human beings, we have, the fancy term is we're teleological beings. We have this ability to orient ourselves and orient our world around us when we set a specific point. Think about the archer, right? They start looking at a certain point, and then all of a sudden, it's like the world stops and the focus for the arrow goes there. But how does it relate to us? Well, when you set a skill, you take all the noise, thinking of the radio analogy, all the static, all that craziness, and now you're getting to fine tune to that specific signal where it's clear. And that's where it happens. When it's clear, then you know, this is my purpose, this is my outcome, this is where I'm orienting myself, right? The end destination. Okay, cool. So now, how do I get there? The skill is the bridge that gets you there. It's the work, again, focused to accomplish a specific purpose, which you've identified in the form of standards, basics, working with tools, with your environment. Yeah, you in relation to your environment and the work you do in between there, that's what gets you to your goal.
Yeah. To me, that also reminds me of like certain systems, certain lingo, you know, how we're communicating, certain words that we say. You know, that happens a lot in a kitchen. It's planning, organization, efficiency, consistency, quality. We literally took about 2 hours to just prepare for this one show.
100%.
You know, and I think like, you know, and I have my own YouTube channel, and I think about all the preparation that I've done, but sometimes I just slap things on the wall.
Yeah.
And that's just not the best way to work. But I appreciate so much that we've taken this time just to go through these ideas.
Yeah.
Because there's so much clarity, you know, there's chemistry. I love it, man.
Exactly. And just this question alone, right? Because if you want to understand skills, you need to understand how to think. Thinking at its core, right? And that's what we're doing. We're helping people to think before you want to grow or before you want to develop. And the only way you do that, I mentioned this book because there was a good point made on distinctions being made. So the same goes with the skill. You need to be able to make the distinction or the discerning between what is not happening, what is happening, and then how do you make that happen?
Yeah.
So for instance, right now, like the planning and preparation, that's a skill. Will we get faster and better? Definitely. But the first time, understand, like it's always going to be longer. It takes more because you don't have the proper orientation. You're still building. The way I like to think about it, you're building the lattice work. Like if we're building a construction, you need the supporting systems, you need your mesh,
scaffolding,
your scaffolding, right?
Yeah.
All of this is required. And oftentimes that gets skipped where we just want to start doing stuff.
Yeah.
And it works to a point. Yeah.
Yeah, but not good. I mean, in other words, the structure of a building isn't sound.
Yeah.
You know, and if you think about that, you know, maybe that kind of correlates to like, you know, your end product's not sound, your episode's not sound, your business is not sound. So if you don't do any of all that preparation, it's obviously not going to end up to a good product.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy that.